Okay, rolling.
Ian.
Let me delete this and start a new vid.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I'm rolling, dude.
You want to count us down?
Of course.
Absolutely.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Woo!
Okay, you're going to have to do that whole thing again because you're
Dang
clipping.
it. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Off the Clock. We're so excited you're joining us today. I'm here with Grant and Aidan. It's just the three of us again. It's really cool. Honestly, we haven't done an episode of just the three of us in a hot second.
Yeah, and
So it's kind of good to be back.
this is the soon-to-be
Number one podcast in the world.
Woo!
Let's go.
Only mildly clipping, gentlemen, here in the Ableton session. Just a quick
slightly.
check.
Let's go.
It's fine. It doesn't matter. that
Awesome.
much. All right, great.
Okay, so we're gonna start this episode off. I had what Ian calls a hot take. I don't think it's a hot take. It's just an opinion. And when I have opinions on the podcast,
That is equivalent
it's a
to
hot
a
I feel like it's monumental
It's
because
equivalent.
if you know anything about me, I tend to not be very opinionated.
Also,
so,
real quick, giving me a spinny chair was a really bad decision.
great. Well, we're rolling with it.
Dude, hey, shout out if you've seen episode 5 or listened to episode 5. This is the same episode we recorded episode 5 in. So this is
welcome to the
different room
office.
for us.
Go
It's-
check out episode 5
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on. It was great.
Sorry for interrupting you, Grant.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely fine.
As his mic falls over.
As my mic falls
We're
over.
off to a hot start.
So I'm of the opinion that coffee is dumb. I think coffee is just caffeine that keeps you awake, and I think it serves.
Okay.
It's truly. I just think it's dumb. I think that coffee should not exist.
I have
Caffeine that keeps you awake.
Caffeine,
That's
yeah,
the
which
purpose of
is
caffeine.
what. But I think it's like so streamlined, and it's just become a drug, and like
Ooh.
I
Okay.
I don't like
there's
this.
a better hot take. Grant thinks this is clickbait. Coffee is a drug.
Well,
is
caffeine,
the equivalent to a drug.
Caffeine, by definition, is a drug, actually.
Right.
Sure.
So coffee
And
is
there's about
coffee
100
substance
milligrams.
abuse of caffeine?
I mean, no. I will say.
Depends on how many coffees you drink.
Vacuum.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
Sorry. Not really.
You know what we're talking about.
Okay,
I will say I will disagree with you, Grant, because I think if coffee was solely a drink that people only drank in their houses, like, day to day, I think you would have a point. But coffee, it's kind of like what Zach was saying a few weeks ago about Waffle House and IHOP. It's an experience. Coffee brings people together. Like just the vibe of a coffee shop, going to drink coffee with somebody, like that is a special thing. And if coffee didn't exist, like, we wouldn't have coffee shops. We wouldn't have that really cool vibe where we can sit and read a book or read the Bible or get
Sure.
work done or have a one-on-one with somebody and just talk.
That's
Okay,
facts.
okay. So following that, then I love the idea of coffee shops. I love coffee shops.
Just make it a water shop, like a water bar.
No,
Just have
that's
tons
not
of
what I'm about to
different
say.
water.
All right,
Water
everybody
tastes
hold up.
different.
Everybody sit down in the water section at Sam's.
Put a counter out, some
no.
plants, you got a couple chairs.
That's all I was about to say. I think the idea of coffee shops is great, and I would agree. If there were only coffee shops, I'd be like, this is great. This is the idea. That's not how people drink coffee 95% of the time. Like, people don't go sit down in coffee shops. People get it from Starbucks, or
That's
people
fair.
make it in their Keurig at home. Like, it's just streamlined. People don't even enjoy their coffee. They get it on the go. They just keep going. So, like, that part is like, that makes sense. I would agree with you if that was the prominent part of coffee. It's just not. Like, in my opinion, I don't see people going to coffee shops that often. And when they do, it's nice, but it's not the majority of the time.
I think
Grant, you just
I
said
just
you work at
noticed.
a church. How do you not see people going to coffee shops?
I mean, I
like-
do, but,
You're-
but
this
like
is- you're
I see, but I see Blair Bennett. Sorry, Blair. I see him walking with like a gallon of coffee off to work. I'm
His
like,
freaking iced Starbucks coffee.
I'm just.
all
I
that
mean, of
crap
course,
is
people go to
crazy.
coffee shops, but drive-through coffee or like what
Drive-through
or Keurig coffee.
defeats the purpose. I agree.
That's what I'm
fair.
saying. I think
Yeah.
I
that's
get drive-through
maybe
coffee
that's
all
the
the time.
point. Maybe that's the point of what I'm trying to say.
on the
guys.
way to
You're
work. in the
going to
morning.
hell. I'm just kidding.
No.
That's the second time you said it on the podcast, by the way. I will also say I'm hearing a lot of parallels in this argument. Like, we could be having this same argument about like alcohol. If alcohol is like
Yeah.
Oh, that's
useful, or
actually
if
facts.
alcohol is,
How do we feel about that?
Stupid.
I kind of want to know now. Can we talk about that?
Well, okay, no, because none of us can drink legally.
That doesn't
That's-
mean we can't have opinions on it.
I mean, I think we can have opinions on
Let's
it. I
just-
think our opinions aren't based in our own knowledge, though.
Sure. I think just briefly.
I think that's
like,
irrelevant.
Do you think alcohol is useless? Do you think it's just like, I don't know, just for alcoholics to, ruin their lives on? Or is it,
What?
does it have a place in society? I don't know.
Yes, it has a place in society. I don't think it is essential to society by any stretch of the imagination, though. So that is.
Luke's saying no, we shouldn't talk about this.
Okay, I think we should cut this.
No, we're not gonna cut it, guys. This is just these are pillow thoughts right now. These are just
Yeah.
thoughts that don't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I say let's touch on alcohol with someone else on a different episode.
Absolutely.
Who can
Because that's
actually partake in
'cause
drinking alcohol.
kind of like,
Sure.
I mean, obviously a bar is a much different feeling than a coffee shop, but like some similar parallels could be made here about like,
I see.
I
agree.
the culture of a bar and,
Well, okay, and so I don't
Right.
want to.
I don't
want
think anybody's pulling up to a bar though with a laptop and a Bible. I just want to say, and if you are, I would love to meet you because I feel
Come
like
on the
we have
pod.
a lot to talk
Come
about.
on the
I think
pod.
that'd be so interesting, honestly.
So okay, so sorry. So I like what you're saying there. Like, there is a community aspect, and like I feel like that's what Jesus says. Jesus says like, don't get drunk on wine or whatever Jesus says.
don't be a drunkard.
Don't get drunk. But like he still drinks, right? He still breaks bread. There's the breaking bread aspect. The communal aspect is a huge part of alcohol. I'd agree. It's probably the same, pretty parallel with coffee. So
right.
So I guess my question is, what is the point of coffee where you're quote unquote drunk on coffee? Like you're so addicted to it that you rely on it. Like
I think
because I think I would argue, and it's not like you don't get drunk on it, but I think you can get addicted to it to where you
'cause it's
can't.
caffeine.
Yeah,
Yes.
you can't live without it. Like Dylan Canup, who's one of our associate pastors here, love him. He'll be on the episode on a pod at some point.
One of our biggest fans, actually.
Yes,
One of our
actually,
biggest-
our
shout out
biggest
to
fan.
Dylan Canup right now. But he was talking this morning about coffee, and he was like, "Dude, I drink
You have
coffee.
to have coffee to
I
live.
drink coffee because it makes me feel like $1 million," which is a perfect Dylan.
Jesus should make you feel
Impersonation.
like $1 million.
But okay,
Just
so
kidding. That is not theologically accurate in any way.
Calling out the pastor on the podcast.
no. So, but okay, we're so off right now. What Dylan was saying, he's like, it makes you feel like $1 million, and if like I feel like without coffee, like you should still feel like $1 million. Like I feel like you shouldn't be so reliant on
That's
coffee to
fair.
where you feel like $1 million
But I would
only
say
with
it's the
coffee.
same thing for anything in your life. I think coffee is just a very easy thing to like look at and be like, that's something you rely on.
Yeah, I
think
agree. I'm just saying
anything
we're
you
talking
rely-
about coffee
Oh, I know.
right
I'm
now.
just saying.
Yeah.
So I agree with what you're saying. I
Sure.
think anything that you rely on like too much and that you have to live is probably not great. Like if you can't live without it, unless it's water and Jesus, then
and food. I don't know. There's more things.
well, I mean,
But
you
yeah.
can live for a hot second without food, though. Have you heard of 40-day fast?
Yes, I've heard of a 40-day fast.
I
I
mean-
work at a church.
That's all I'm saying right there.
No, I know.
Y'all want to go on a faster than me?
Dude, I don't think my body could handle a fast.
Okay,
It could.
that's fine.
I don't
I'll
think it
fast
should.
by
Let's do
myself.
it sometime.
I'll fast.
I'll do it sometime.
Let's go. It just it can be like literally a couple days. It's not anything big.
Drop it in the comments. Should coffee
Is
exist?
coffee?
Should coffee?
exist?
Should we coffee? How often should we coffee? Should we coffee together
Yes.
communally?
Wow. Amazing question.
So many,
Brought to us by Grant.
so many of my relationships, especially with like a lot of pastors, staff, mentors, have been started over coffee. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
true.
Yeah.
I mean, I got offered a job over coffee, so like, I'm not hating on coffee
I feel like
at
I'm
all.
missing out on something.
Coffee sucks, man. Abolish coffee.
I'm not saying
We
that.
need to stage an
I'm
uprising.
saying that we should probably like move away from streamline,
does not want a
monetize
job.
coffee. No, I don't. I love my job. Please don't fire me for this. I don't know. Drop it in the comments. Let's talk about something else.
Yes, let's.
I'm out of hot takes,
Ian?
guys.
What was the other question that we were supposed to talk about that we just discussed right before we started this episode?
Let's go. Let's move. Let's do the dumb questions first, and then we'll
Okay.
get to the overarching one about the three of us as older
Oh,
siblings.
that's
Oh,
right.
right.
Okay.
Definitely.
Word,
Okay.
word.
So I need to look at the camera as well. when I say this. When
I'm
you're
staring
driving,
straight at the camera.
when you're driving and it's raining,
Shout out YouTube.
you turn your windshield wipers on, right?
Yeah.
Right. Do you base your windshield wiper speed off of the windshield wiper speed of the cars around you, or do you just turn them on?
I turn them on
What?
based on the rainfall. If it requires me to turn it up another speed because there's so much rain, I turn it up another speed.
Exactly.
Now,
I don't try to, I
here-
don't try to people please with my windshield
No,
wipers.
but it is a thing where like when you're sitting at a red light and other people have their windshield wipers on and theirs are slower, you're like, maybe I'm
That's
just a
what I'm
diva.
talking about.
Like, maybe
Right?
turn
It's
it up
like,
one
why
more.
are my windshield wipers
Well,
so freaking fast?
my-
right now?
Right.
I
I
actually-
get that.
I have a reason. So my car, I drive a Volkswagen. My car, when you slow down and stop, the windshield wipers actually will automatically decrease to the lowest speed, even if you're on the highest speed. So when you speed back up, they'll get back to that like full speed. So a lot of what you guys could be seeing is people with adaptive windshield wipers like I have, and they just slow down.
Strange.
Pretty cool.
It's kind of sick.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
It's like almost like a competition though for me. Like I see people and like their windshield wipers are going like slower than mine, and I'm like, oh, so they just can see better than I can? This isn't okay. I gotta slow it down. So then I'll slow my windshield wipers down, and then I see somebody drive it, and their windshield wipers are going like twice as fast as mine. I'm like, fool! Like, what are you doing? Why are your windshield wipers so fast?
I didn't know
Look
you
at
were
me.
so judgmental about windshield wipers.
It's not even judgmental. It's just a
Mr. and-
competition.
Mr. and
This is
Mrs.
what I do.
Peters, if you're listening to this, how do you feel
They
about
know.
your son?
We've had a discussion about this. This has been a
I
topic
bet you the
of
whole
discussion
Peter.
before.
I bet you the whole Peters family feels the same way. I bet you they all agree with Ian that like.
I don't know. They might. Honestly, I don't remember.
just
It's
kidding.
entirely possible.
That's interesting, man. I mean, I will say like, yeah, I'm with Grant. If I need to go faster, I'll just go faster. Slower. Just if I can see, I would like to see. If I can't see, I would like to be able to see. So I'll make the adjustments
Sure.
required.
Right.
Absolutely.
Sure.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess
man.
that settles it.
Amazing.
Then. Ian's just judgmental.
I'm
All
not
right.
being judged. It's
Hey,
a
I'm
just kidding, I'm
competition.
just
I have
kidding.
to have something to keep my life interesting.
That's
You know?
Here's a random question for you guys.
okay.
What's your favorite kind of cheese?
I don't really like cheese that much. I'm growing to like cheese more and more. Also, Luke's getting ready to walk in front of the camera real quick, so everybody say hi to Luke. And bye, Luke. Okay.
I really hope that camera is not majorly out of focus right now. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
That camera is definitely majorly out of focus.
No,
right now.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
It locks. We're good. We're
Shout out
vibing.
YouTube.
Okay,
Shout out
well.
YouTube. If it is for the rest of the episode, sorry.
Cheese, I feel like you can't go wrong with like the classican. Wow, I can't speak. Classic
Are you about to say American?
American slice of cheese on a
Are
ham
you
sandwich.
serious?
I'm not saying that's my favorite. Listen, I'm not saying that's my favorite. I'm just saying like that's like a classic. Just you know, what is happening?
Duck down. Go blow the
Oh my
camera.
gosh!
Y'all, this episode is such. this is whack.
We have Grant's brother in the corner watching us.
Griffin's back there.
Dude,
Hi,
Griffin's hanging
Griffin.
outside.
It's the whole squad. So yeah, American. So I really enjoy cooking. I'm kind of like an amateur chef sometimes when I'm in the right mood. And yeah, American is not the move. Processed cheese,
It's
fake
not.
cheese.
It's not.
Nah,
I agree,
dog.
but like you got to admit, getting a slice of like just crappy cheese with ham and 2 pieces of bread, like
Dude,
it can
I
hit
will
different.
take provolone or pepper jack or Colby jack every day of the week.
I'm like a
Pepperjack?
Also,
provolone Swiss.
Gruyere cheese is
Provolone's pretty solid, but again, I'm not really a huge
I like
cheese
mozzarella.
person, so I'll kind of just eat like whatever
Ooh.
cheese is there.
we can
If I'm eating cheese, which is like never.
we
so.
can move on from the cheese talk, but that was just a random
Yeah, I
question.
think let's
But
do that.
mozzarella, I only like it on pizza. Put mozzarella on a sandwich or a salad. No, thank you.
I will.
I've only ever had it on pizza, so I
will
can't really
Got you.
second that.
can't really speak on that.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, now
So,
to the real question.
The real question. of
Shout
the day.
out to Luke.
The
by
reason
the way,
why
for
hey,
this question.
hop in front of the camera real quick. Just say hey.
Say hi to the people.
Hey.
This is all Luke
We'll
right
have
here.
to roll in camera audio from that
We will be
to
doing
get him
that.
to hear it.
So
It's okay.
Aidan, Grant, and I are all older siblings.
We are.
oldest sibling.
People talk about the trials and tribulations of being a younger child or a middle child. Middle children, my heart goes out to you. I am so sorry.
Shout out to Ethan Crenshaw who was on episode 3.
I think being older is oldest is the worst of the three.
Yes, because you're the guinea pig. All of the mistakes are made on you. The parents, you're basically like a test run. Which is no shade on anybody's parents because my parents are amazing.
No, it is just true.
My parents are amazing. I love them. But like
my parents are amazing too.
Same, man.
Yes.
So
we love Mr. Hodges so much in this podcast. Shout out Mr. Hodges right here. Anyways, proceed, Grant. Sorry.
No, I don't know. It is like this guinea pig, like I don't know, this guinea pig trend of like you're like the test subject of everything. I remember I wasn't allowed to watch Back to the Future until I was like 14. Luke watched it when he was 8.
Right. It's the same with Eli. He's able to watch everything I was watching like 3-4 years before I was.
My dad would not have showed me Rambo at the age he showed Luke Crenshaw Rambo.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a thing.
Well, think about, yeah, absolutely. Like, as the oldest child, you're usually the last one let me synthesize my thoughts for a second.
Okay.
That was kind of going to be what my argument was for. Like, you are the last person to get to do the things that you weren't allowed to do in comparison to your siblings. But I would also say, like, you're the last person to get to know the things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guarantee my brother and sister knew what a cuss word was way earlier than I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Luke is like nodding his head at me.
And actually, I have a funny story about that. One time in a 2nd grade, I still like had no idea what like a swear word was, and I'm obviously not going to swear on the podcast.
Good.
But somebody was like, I was in art class, and somebody was like whispering about like this swear word that was like so bad if you said it, and like they were like spelling it out, and I like spelled it out in my head, and I just like yelled it. Like yelled it.
So with your current knowledge of swear words, how bad? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad was it?
Probably
with your
like,
adult knowledge.
Probably like a 9 or 8.
Shoot!
It wasn't like,
shoot!
It was pretty bad. It wasn't like it wasn't the worst of offenders, but it was pretty bad. And like literally,
Grant.
I remember that kid,
Grant,
and it was actually
a sporting event before.
Have I been to a sport? Yes, I've been to a sport.
And it was actually.
I know. I have this image of like a 2nd grade's what? You're like 7 years old, right? Just Aidan, like and Aidan Hodges, he's a great guy.
Big freaking Hodges, guys. Come on.
I just imagine 7-year-old big Hodges, bam, down a hallway.
Well, so
just a very alarming image.
The funny thing was, I remember them like convincing me to like say it or whatever, like hyping me up to like say this awful word that you should never say. And after it, these people immediately turned on me. Like, hey, he just said. And like the teacher got mad and she called me up and I was like, I'm so sorry. I did not know that was a bad word. I'm so sorry. Like, please. I did not know. Like, I did not know.
That's an even funnier image of
dude,
Aidan,
like
of 7-year-old Aidan.
It was bad. I was like scared out of my mind.
That's honestly amazing. Is it just me or do the younger siblings also kind of back to that get a pass is not the right word. That's
I think they
not
get
fair.
doted on. Like the youngest child is the angel child, but he's also like the spoiled child.
See, that's not how, at least in my house, because there's only 2 of us, it's not,
okay,
like, they're
true.
not the spoiled. Eli's not spoiled or like doted on, but like.
Luke is definitely a little bit, just a little bit. I love you. You're a little. We'll talk about it after.
Luke goes, how? That's the most.
Anyway.
Precisely that right there.
Comment below if you know your younger sibling is a little spoiled.
Yeah. Hey,
or
if you've got any cool stories like I just told, shoot them to us in the email, and we will tell them on the podcast if they're funny.
You know what?
And
what the heck?
Yes,
Sure.
we will also censor your stories too, because this is a
Or don't.
family-friendly podcast.
No, please do. Please censor your story.
Let's just think about.
We
what
will
you
censor
put
them either
before.
way.
Yeah,
Actually,
no, yeah.
that's
Like
fine.
if you don't censor your stories, we got you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Wow. So basically, is the conclusion just that younger siblings are spoiled? Because I don't know if that's. I don't
think
that's a good
I don't think it's
conclusion.
like always true.
One thing I love is like we managed to get a topic that we are like all three in the same boat on. So like there's no way any of us can be like, actually I think the little siblings have it way worse because we're not.
No,
those
so
They
Wait,
definitely have it easier because they
we
can
don't
just
have
learn.
a host of opinions like
They
here.
can
It's-
learn from
yeah.
everything we do.
That's
wrong.
true. I know for
That's
a
what
fact
Luke
that-
said to me one
I know
time.
for a fact that I've done dumb stuff, and Ethan and
Right.
Luke are like,
Eli's the same way.
I'm
He's like,
not
I
gonna
will
do
never
that.
do that because you're an idiot. And
Well,
I'm like, yeah, that's
okay,
fair.
but on the flip side of that, it is kind of ultimately beneficial because they can always ask us advice. Like I've been in relationships, and when Ethan and Luke have relationship advice, sometimes they'll come to me and be like,
Yes.
hey, I have this question. What do I do? I'm like, don't do this
This
because
is what
that's
you don't do."
stupid. Like
So basically,
I don't know.
younger siblings, listen to me here for a second, okay?
all across the
he's gonna
globe,
level with you right now.
every younger sibling across the entire
you
planet.
guys have it the easiest of all the siblings. And I say this, don't come at me with that. Oh, but we have the older sibling. They're always picking on us. They try to boss us around. Blah 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 blah.
Which
no,
yes, we do that.
we
That's
do
true.
that. Suck it up. You're fine. You are welcome to all of our life experiences. You get everything way before we ever got it. Y'all have it way easier. And I will argue with any younger sibling or anybody who wants to play devil's advocate because you are wrong. And that is just the fact of the matter. I am so sorry if I've offended anybody.
No, he's not.
I'm really actually not.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think I've ever heard a more Ian Peters.
No,
out of
that-
that right there.
That-
Like,
so
that was
if you've ever
awesome.
wanted an Ian Peters opinion / pep talk, that's it right
Yeah,
there.
I
That's-
think we should like
top
put that on
notch.
like a TikTok. It's like Ian being mean for like 25 seconds.
Ianing for 25 seconds.
Ian Petersing. Okay. Well, I think we should continue this conversation. I think we might eventually have a siblings episode. I think we should get a host of opinions and maybe discuss it further.
I want to have Luke and Eli discuss how they feel, and Reese, if she wants to, how they feel about being the youngest sibling.
Honestly, I would love that.
I think that would
Deep
be really
contemplation.
Good. Yes.
We'll do
Honestly, yeah.
it. We'll do it someday. Siblings episode will come at some point.
Yes, it will.
anyway.
So last quick question, guys. What has been a highlight from your last week, last few days? I don't know. Something,
got one, man.
Something awesome.
All
Hit us with
right.
it.
I'm not going to give any like personal information of like what I'm doing, but I have a meeting tomorrow with a producer and guitar player around here in Knoxville, and
Yo.
hopefully I'm going to be getting involved in helping this guy out at his studio with his work and stuff.
That's lit.
We'll see how it goes, but yeah, I'm super excited about that.
That's so sick.
I love it how you have a highlight from tomorrow.
It hasn't even happened yet. He's so ready
Future
for it.
highlight is on the
it
way.
did- we did finally we were finally able to get connected.
Yeah, that's
Spencer was able to connect the two of us.
Shout out Big
Jeez,
Red.
clear my throat. And yeah, so we're making that happen tomorrow, which I'm super excited about.
dude. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Grant, what about you?
Dude, Passion Camp was awesome.
Passion Camp was awesome.
It was lit.
I loved beach camp. I love being with people. I have quite a few highlights, but just growing closer to people. And enjoying the beach. The beach is fun, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I don't
awesome.
know. What about you, Ian?
I said this earlier. I think my highlight of the week is the Holy Spirit.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at the Holy Spirit. There's context to that. There's context to that statement.
Ian's been being taught some new lessons.
He
over the
is.
past little
It's
while.
good.
Ian has been on a life-altering journey the last
Mm-hmm.
7 days of my existence. It's been amazing. We've been doing this thing here at church called Mobilize, and it's been super sick. Seeing all the kids
Yeah.
come in, they go out and serve like in the community with partners from our church and stuff like that, and just different ministries in the area, and then come back doing worship and eating lunch and hang out. So it's been super cool to get to be with the middle schoolers and like hang out with them, talk to them, and lead them in worship. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
for me, just the last week has been been really solid. Just learning a lot of new things. I think that's my highlights. Part of that's passion, part of that's mobilized and all that stuff.
Definitely.
Keep learning,
It's been
guys.
lit.
Never stop learning.
Guys,
Yeah.
don't ever stop growing. The Lord always has something that he wants to teach
Yeah.
you.
And
True.
I say that jokingly, but I'm serious when I say
No,
that.
it's true.
It's
And
true.
something just to get like deep for like 1 second.
Let's do it.
One of the like biggest things that I learned at Passion Camp, or not really that I learned. I mean, you kind of like
Experience.
you're taught these things like your whole life, but sometimes the Lord reveals it to you in a new way. You're like,
Yeah.
man, I've never really taken that to heart before. And there was a line in one of the songs that we sang that's been kind of like my anthem for the past week. And then there was a sermon that Ben Stewart, I believe, taught.
Dude,
Yeah.
shout out
And
Ben
there was-
Stewart.
there was-
bringing
Hey,
the gospel.
Ben Stewart, if you are
Bro.
if you are listening to this podcast right
Ben
now,
Stewart laid it down at Passion Camp.
Yeah,
That's all I'm saying.
it was
come on our podcast.
It was very amazing. But just the one line from that song just kind of sums it up best is like, God is the God that always leaves the light on. And that's just been really like big
Ooh.
in my life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a great line.
That is a
Always
great
leaves
line.
the light on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Well, with that,
Hold
Well,
up.
oh.
We're gonna close.
Luke's saying something to me. Hold on, Luke. What?
Hey, Luke, come here.
Just do whatever you can do real quick.
Luke is gonna
I don't know what's about
close
to
us
happen.
out. Do you know how to close us
Why
out?
do I need my phone?
Hey, come here.
Oh, okay.
Come here. All right, bend down. The camera can only see the camera can only see so far. Can you
I'm not saying that, Luke.
can you say
No.
thank you for coming
No.
to Off the Clock? We'll see you next time. Thank you for coming to Off the Clock.
No. Wait, hold up.
Whoa,
hold up.
whoa.
We gotta say this with some passion and some fervor and
Okay,
like
okay.
ferocity,
down.
something, a word that sounds something
Can you
like
can
that.
you look at the camera when you say it?
Guys,
Keep going.
guys, thank you for coming to Off the Clock podcast.
Yes, thank you for coming back, hanging out with us here at Off the Clock. We will see you in a couple weeks. It's been a pleasure. Deuces.
See you guys.
Peace.
Guys, thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. If you want to watch our last video or keep up with our latest podcast, click right up here. And if you want to subscribe to Off the Clock YouTube, click right down there. Hit the bell if you want to get any notifications, and we'll see you guys next time.